Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. I found my first Hamza video. Then I clicked on it and watched it. And then, I thought it was alright. Didn't resonate with me so much. Why is this random guy in a bathrobe insulting me? Whatever, I'll give his channel a subscribe. I later found out Michael also watched Hamza and loved his channel. Oh boy, now Hamza's channel seems a bit cooler. I decided to give it another try. Still wasn't feeling it. At this point, I didn't need it. I had been doing great in terms of nofap and exercising. There were always reasons I would think of to not go to exercise in the beginning, but once I worked out, I never regretted it afterwards. I had changed up my diet and I was losing weight fast. I felt great. And then I got into a car crash. I couldn't go to the gym anymore. And then I relapsed after 90 days of being so consistent. I felt like a failure. I became lazy again. Then, Hamza went to Thailand. I have no idea what happened in my mind, but after watching the videos Hamza made in Thailand, something changed. I started to actually kind of like his content. No, scratch that. I loved his content. I became a consistent viewer, attentively watching his newest uploads and even his old videos, which I didn't enjoy before. I learned about journaling, meditation, spending time in nature, improving my sleep, and social connections. It was incredible. I was learning more about self-improvement than I had ever learned so far. This was truly a landmark. I found out about how meditation is like the cool down for your mind after it's been constantly overworking, overthinking, and overheating, similar to how sleep is like a reset and refresher for your mind. I learned about how it allows you to increase your focus and your attention span and lower anxiety and depression. I learned about an incredible study from Dr. Sarah Lazar of Harvard University that helped show how just after 8 weeks of meditation training, one can actually bring physical changes to the area of the brain associated with learning and memory. Those parts of the brain actually increase in size, and the part that's associated with anxiety and stress actually physically grows smaller. I started drinking more water, I pushed myself, and I grew. While other friends were partying, spending time on the wrong things, I was working. I was invited to join them, but I declined. I started exploring, going to places I've never been before, adventuring with no limits. I went from eating this to this, that to that. From junk food to hunk food. I began to love that feeling after working out, taking a deep breath and just feeling like lightning is running throughout your veins, feeling the air circulate in your body. I started taking my goals seriously. I began to challenge myself more and in different ways. I still remember the first time I worked out my neck, and it was sore, such an unusual feeling at the time. My sleep quality went from nights like this to nights like this. I learned to take responsibility for my actions and their consequences, hold myself accountable, to be truthful and honest in all that I did. I not only experienced great physical changes, but also positive psychological changes while I practiced meditation and other good habits regularly. A few of my friends told me that I'm the healthiest person they know, when really I had only started to take simple steps to care for my mind and my body. Even when my whole body was in agony, I kept going. I stayed determined. I got used to that smell in the gym. I learned to enjoy it. The smell of hard work, of dedication, it's emasculating, motivating. I started to hate comfort and love the hard work, the feeling of accomplishment, of setting difficult goals and mowing through them. I came back to dribbling as well, as I was also now consistent at the gym. I knew I hit a good level when I started to look forward to the gym, to the meditation session, and when I didn't even think about how much time is left before the timer goes off or how many sets there are to complete. I started to enjoy the work. I began to see the progress as the reward. I quit my rat race job. I quit my job with the dream, the goal of achieving freedom, pursuing my passions, retiring my family, and giving them the life they deserve, the life my mom deserves. Now I feel so free, more free than I've ever felt so far, and I'm working towards even more. I've never been more mindful and introspective in my life, which has led me to be more open, more caring, more loving, more kind. Instead of looking in the mirror ashamed of myself or depressed, I look in the mirror with admiration, proud of myself. I was pre-diabetic, close to having high blood pressure. With my past family members already having it, the odds were not in my favor. But I fought against the odds and decided to change my genetic predisposition. And now I'm not ashamed to go to the doctor and step on the scale. I'm not as scared by what my blood pressure or blood sugar might be, because I'm in the best shape of my life so far. I can run faster, lift more, I'm lighter, quicker. My stretch marks are a reminder of how far I've come and how much farther I can still go. This all began with my nofap journey, with just not touching my wiener. But it has turned into so much more than that. I still remember the time I first found out I could flex my chest and I was showing everybody, and say with my back. Now I've been able to show my gratefulness more and my love more to others without being ashamed about it or holding it back. I've been able to process my emotions better, be more aware and mindful of them when they come. I've come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. I'm not even close to being done. I'll never be done. Never satisfied, never complacent, always striving for more. A friend once told me you can always be the best, but don't kill yourself in the process. I told him, on the contrary, this is the most alive I've ever felt. I'm grateful my past self put in the work and sacrificed his comfort to get me to where I am now. And I will do the same for my future self and make him proud. I look in the mirror now and I am proud of myself and who I've become. I've been keeping my friends accountable and helping them. I have the least amount of depression and anxiety that I've had probably ever. Whenever someone would ask me what my hobbies were before, I would say watching TV and movies, playing video games, and eating good food. But now, I say working out, adventuring, meditating, reading, learning, and working towards and accomplishing my goals. My younger self would be bewildered, but so impressed. In the beginning, I hated that feeling you get after a leg day when your legs stop working and you forget how to walk. But through the discomfort, I began to gain strength and started to appreciate that feeling. And now I relish in the challenge of leg day and the pain that follows, the pain of discipline. I don't give a fudge how much my body wants to quit. I will fight and become greater and greater. I used to be addicted to porn. Now I'm addicted to fudging push-ups. But I still remember when I couldn't do even one push-up. Before, I didn't go 3 hours without having some kind of food in my mouth. But now I do 18 to 24 hour fasts regularly and I feel fantastic. I used to wish I had 2 right hands. Now I'm grateful to have a left because it's another skill I get the privilege to level up. I've been so focused on my purpose, focused on my goals instead of my emotions. I've been controlling my emotions instead of letting them control me. I'm grateful for the days I struggle just as much as the days when everything goes perfect. I used to be plagued by illnesses, but now I'm mentally and physically the healthiest I've ever been. I went from doing this after eating to doing this after eating. I went from feeling constantly lethargic to endlessly energetic. My mom once told me that I'm working too hard. I could be destroying my body. I said, Mom, oftentimes when building something, something else must be destroyed first, even if it means struggling to take a poop after leg day. I used to loathe getting into a cold shower, but now the cold showers aren't cold enough. I'm taking ice baths. Despite my petite bathtub, the pain has begun to feel pleasurable. I've been seizing each day, grabbing it by the balls and not letting go. I've been penetrating life from all angles, making the most out of each day, working harder and harder towards fulfilling my potential, doing more, being better, fighting harder. I've lost weight while gaining muscle. The heaviest I've ever been was 310 pounds. Now, I'm 200 pounds. I burned 110 pounds in around a year. I went from almost 50% body fat to now 20%. I am the most productive and disciplined I've perhaps ever been. I can't wait to get started on my work, and once I start, I can't get enough. It's one of the best feelings to feel not only proud of your accomplishments so far, but to be proud of who you are now. To have everything in your life exponentially compound, flourish, and improve. My desires and my biggest reasons for starting this journey in the first place were to have more focus and get more respect. And now, through earning it, I have it in droves. My mom was and still is so proud of me, showing me off and talking about my achievements at family gatherings and to her friends. My whole family is so proud of my accomplishments and how far I've come. And after knowing they were disappointed in me for so long, knowing I could do better, and now I finally have done better, and so much more, it's one of the best feelings in the world. Every time I fail, fall, I get better and better at picking myself up. I get stronger, and it gets harder to push me down again. I have great remorse for my past mistakes, but I have no regrets, because I would not be where I am now without everything I have been through, everything that has happened in my life. I'm grateful to know how fast time slips if you don't grab a hold of it. Momentum can be cruel, but when I'm really going, being disciplined is far more enjoyable than being comfortable and giving in to the negative temptations, to that Jeffrey part of my mind. I prefer being disciplined over not now, and that's something that I once thought I'd never say. Before, I knew nothing about masculinity or game, but now I've gotten the opportunity to learn so much thanks to Hamza and others. And in working to one day be the best husband and father I can be, I've become a better friend, better brother, better uncle, and a better son. Giving kindness and compliments to strangers and other people is now part of my daily habits. Telling someone I'm proud of them because I know how great it feels when someone tells you that, how much it can make your day, and because you taught me the importance of it, Hamza. You taught me the importance of getting down at least the basics, of taking action and getting started, and gosh dang has it been working. You taught me the benefits of sleeping with tape over my mouth, and despite how strange it sounded at first, my sleep has been the best it's ever been and my jawline the sharpest. I can't sleep without it now, and I've been encouraging others to try it, as well as focus on breathing through their nose more. You taught me about the perfect breath, 5 or 6 seconds in, 5 or 6 seconds out. And I told others. I showed them Oak for breathing exercises, Medito for meditation, Sleep Cycle for tracking sleep, and I showed your videos to my friends and family. You made me think about how many people are suffering nowadays, how many people have become toxic and lonely in a time when we should be our most connected. I know friends who couldn't or can't eat without smoking weed, dopamine receptors too fried. I know friends who have become addicted to casual sex and apps like Tinder, and countless more addicted to porn, masturbation, and increased sexual stimulation. Because of what you said, I've begun thinking about worst case scenarios, the possibility of losing something at any moment. That has fueled me to work even harder, do even more to prepare for hard times. Discipline, accountability, responsibility, and courage are 4 things I would not have nearly as much of without you. Having more of these has been extremely important in my journey to change for the better. You also showed me that part of masculinity is not caring what others think about you so much, being free from the shackles of others' judgments and negative opinions. Because if you know you have a good character and you do the right things, then you have nothing to worry about. And if you don't, then you work towards getting there. Every day I think to myself, life is good, because it is. Life is better than it's ever been, thanks to you. You taught me the importance of sleep and prioritizing it. I've been showing my family and friends more love, more gratitude. A lot of it because of what you have shown and taught me. You taught me the importance of deep work. You taught me the importance of reading. You have helped me to cultivate discipline, humility, presence, gratitude, and leadership, the 5 values of Adonis, as well as to be more dominant and stoic. My dad died when I was 6, so I grew up without a prominent father figure. Luckily, I had my brother-in-law, and a sister and a mother who were quite masculine themselves. But you have taught me so much about masculinity, about being a man and the pursuit of being more. You have been almost like the father I never had, and for that I am very grateful. You taught me how to build an aesthetic body, you taught me how to become more creative, how to build a business, how to achieve freedom. With using the methods and strategies you showed me, I have been able to experience benefits like caring for, appreciating, loving, and respecting people more. You have helped me to quit so many bad habits and addictions and become so much happier and mentally healthier. You taught me the importance of sunshine first thing in the morning, of getting vitamin D and other supplements. Because of what you've taught me, I now know to playfully tease women instead of asking them interview-like questions. You showed me that the best way to approach is just to approach, which allowed me to gain confidence and become more suave.
You're actually kind of cute, and I would love to put my number in your phone and take you out sometime.
And to realize that most women, even most people nowadays, don't get approached at all, unless it's over a dating app or a social media DM. So getting complimented and approached in person is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, hey, what's up, bud? I just want to say, bro, your delts are looking huge, dude.
So I've been complimenting random people, and seeing their smiles is one of the best feelings ever.
Hey, bro, what's up, bro? I just want to say, your biceps looking good, and your bullet form, in fact, yeah, bro, keep it up, keep it up. I'm Mo.
Bro, nice to meet you.
Bro, nice to meet you. Keep it up, man. You're doing good.
Cold approaching has gone from being scary to being fun. There are an insane amount of new things that I've now experienced thanks to you, Hamza. I didn't used to know a thing about masculinity, but now essentially I breathe out femininity and breathe in masculinity, in a manner of speaking. Thanks to you, I know how to become a man, one that can protect and provide for his family and polarize women. Your voice and the voice of my friend Michael is often the voice of reason in my head. I recently started facing my fears of fighting, joined a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai class. You were right, being punched in the face really does improve your character. I've even started a fight club with my friends and encouraged others to train and spar with me. You helped me to realize that if I could master control from within, then I could do anything. You taught me to fight for those who can't fight for themselves, protect and provide and care for all, and work harder. I learned the importance of looks maxing from you, jewelry and accessories, and now I keep myself clean and groomed. I go to the barbershop more frequently, focusing on the fundamentals before anything else because of you. I'm listening more to the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of my mind, and less to the amygdala, the monkey part of my brain, and its calls for me to abandon my progress to satisfy primal desires. You showed me the dangers of social media, made me realize how toxic, terrible, and manipulative it is. You taught me to face the impossible, to show my gratitude, and to write letters for the people in my life, and that has changed so much for me. You helped me to learn about the most valuable currencies: time, attention, energy, and respect. How you can always get more money, but you can never get more time. I'm grateful to be a part of your brotherhood, Hamza, with others who are of a different degree, a different caliber, one that is difficult to find these days, but one that is hopefully increasing in size and number. People who are working hard to improve themselves, physically and mentally, who are masculine, mindful, kind, honorable, people with good character who lift others up instead of gossiping and making fun behind their backs. I am proud of all who are a part of this movement and grateful we are all on the journey of self-improvement together. I wonder how many men, how many people have put your name in their gratitude journal, how many times they each must have put your name, at least hundreds of thousands. And here's one more. You were right. The journey really is the low-calorie protein cake, with the destination only being the cherry on top. A non-processed, non-GMO cherry, of course. Congrats on 1 mil, Hamza. You've more than earned it. And this is only the beginning. You are basically almost single-handedly fixing the problem, nay, epidemic of fatherlessness in Western societies and even the world. You have started a movement, a revolution that has the potential that can and will grow to reach every single person to ever be alive on Earth. Sometimes I think about who I would be without self-improvement, without the friends who have lifted me up and pushed me to be better, where I would be without you, Hamza. Truth is, I would probably be dead, or I would be nearing 400 pounds, having accomplished nothing meaningful in my life, trapped in a job that makes me miserable, in a life that feels like a prison, with no one to love or who loved me. But thankfully I'm here, and I am eternally grateful to you, Hamza, for all you have given me and the world. Now you. No, I'm not talking to Hamza. I'm talking to you. Yes, you watching right now, Mother Clucker. Get your finger out of your nose, get your eyes off the comment section, and focus on what I'm about to say, because chances are you need to hear this. If you feel at all the same way I did, if you are experiencing anything even close to how my life was before in any way, I encourage you to follow the same path I found. Self-improvement, following the right habits, and getting rid of the wrong ones. Delayed gratification, it will change your life for the better, forever. If I can do it, you definitely can. If you don't take care of yourself, who will? If you don't live your life to the fullest, who's going to live it for you? It's all you. You have to take action. Through adversity, we grow stronger. We gain strength. Work hard for those who can't. Work even harder to change the world for the better for all. In order to grow, you must push yourself past what you ever thought possible. Train your mind to constantly go beyond. Do more for those who need you to. We've neutered ourselves, numbed ourselves. Our ancestors were great, and we have the potential to be even greater, so let's do it. Always remember, it's mind over matter. Don't ever let anything bring you down. Don't you ever falter. Be grateful for your failures, because every failure is a stepping stone towards success. The moment is never going to be perfect, so the best time to take action is right now, this moment in the present. It only takes one day to get off track, but it also can only take one day to get back on track, so just stay focused on your purpose and driven towards your goals. Always. Don't ever let anyone tell you to take your foot off the gas. Keep going, keep working, faster, stronger, harder, more. No one can stop you except you. One mistake does not define you, just like one victory does not define you. You must be consistent, resilient, relentless. Momentum can be a cruel mistress, but she can also be your ally. Make your future self proud. How bad do you want it? Because if you don't want it bad enough, if you take even a minute off, someone else who wants it more will get it before you. The life of your dreams. So work harder than you ever thought possible. Set goals and achieve them relentlessly. Break records, achieve the impossible. Suffer the pain of regret and shame that comes with instant comfort, or suffer the pain of discipline, of discomfort, and the growth that comes with it. I used to be at the bottom of the barrel, but not anymore. I'm heading straight to the top, and I want you to join me. It's easier than ever to get into the top 20% because most don't even try. If you can make it through one day, then you can make it through a year, a decade, a century. Do the right thing and make your own destiny. Again, be kind, honorable, and masculine. I guarantee you, no matter how bad you think you have it, someone out there would kill for the life you have. So be grateful for it. Relish it. Enjoy every moment, the good and the bad. Earn the things you want. Be the change you want to see. Nothing, no one can stop you. You got this, indubitably. Where attention goes, energy flows. So pay more attention to you. Start consuming less and producing more. Why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Through pain comes strength. You must build your willpower and discipline like a muscle. You find your motivation after you begin, after you start to build a habit of doing the hard work always, but especially when you don't feel like it. It's interesting, motivation comes with discipline, but sometimes we need that motivation in the beginning to become disciplined. Let this be your motivation to become disciplined. I hope it is. The wind blows harder and harder the closer you get to the mountaintop, but you only get stronger as you climb. If the sky falls, we will be the ones to lift it back up. Why have cheat days? To distract you from your goals? They say you are the average of the people you spend your time with and the content you consume. So make sure you're spending your time with the right people doing the right things. Shut the fudge up. I don't care if you relapse. I don't care how many days you've been consistent. The only day that matters is today. Only roughly 28 pages a day and you could read a 400-page book in 2 weeks. Double that and you could read a decent-sized book every week. Easy. Excuses are plentiful, but so are the ways something could be done. There is always time to do what is important if you know how to find the time, how to make the time for the things that matter, the things that could change everything for you. If you push yourself beyond what you think your limit is instead of giving up, you'll be surprised to see what you can accomplish. I get more respect now. Sometimes I glance at a girl I find attractive only to find her already looking at me first and us locking eyes and smiling at each other. And it's another one of the best feelings in the world. All the stares you get of admiration and attraction, it feels amazing, and all the more so because you earned it. And you will experience that too if you haven't yet. Being flirted with and having fun flirting back. As you exponentially increase your sacrifice of comfort and also your focus on discipline, your success will also exponentially increase. A lot of the time, the people that need it the most often resist it the most. The ones who tell you can't do it are often the ones who applaud you after you do. But don't do it for the ones who doubt you. Do it for the ones who believe in you. I believe in you, motherfudger. You can do this without a doubt. Dare to take the path less taken, even when you are questioned, as the paths less taken lead to destinations less reached. I used to aim to become the best version of myself, but then I realized that there is no best, only better, because best is what you get when you settle, when you become complacent. Better is what you get when you push beyond anything you thought possible. There is no best, only better, doing more. Throughout history, people have used the atrocities of others to justify their own. It's time to change. Be different. Usually the more difficult something is to eat, the better it is for you. And the greatest achievements in life are often the ones hardest to accomplish. I've learned the hard way that wallowing in self-pity won't get you anywhere. Have that stick or twist mentality. Don't stick where you're at, instead twist and go further. You are at war with your mind, and you must win this war every time. Do you think anyone great was built and forged without pressure? Do you think anyone great had an easy life? You have a responsibility to your family, your friends, the people you care about and who care about you, to become successful, strong, able to protect and provide. Stop saying what if and start saying what's next. Stop saying I wish and start saying I will. Be a warrior. All your ancestors, all the people in your bloodline, your entire family are cheering you on. Make them proud. Bring others up with you and inspire them. Align 100% of yourself and your life to your purpose. Comfort is a killer of strength, and discipline is a cure we all need, that you need. Stay focused. Plan for perfection, but be grateful for progress. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave are not those who do not feel afraid. They are those who feel the fear but go forth anyways. Those who conquer that fear. So be brave. Face your fears and you won't have any. Conquer your weaknesses and you will have none. The only limits you have are the ones you place on yourself. Be relentless, be efficient, be a machine. Remember the ones you love and care for and keep them in your heart and your mind as you work hard and stay motivated and driven. Fudge how you feel and do it anyways. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you never did. Because if you only do what you can do, you will never be more than you are now. Fulfill your untapped potential. The path to the top is composed of stairs, not an elevator. Switch to the mindset that everything happens for you, not to you. that every experience is a learning experience for the future, and most importantly, for the present moment. Only the disciplined ones in life are free. If you are undisciplined, you are a slave to your moods and passions. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. People can only have as much control over your mind as you don't have. Always keep an open and mindful mind, because until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Obstacles will arise, but it is your responsibility to overcome them. You'll never become an expert if you're afraid of being a beginner. Believe you can be the best, and even if you fall short, you'll still be better than most. You'll always keep trying and improving, reaching for the ever-expanding goal of being not only the best, but being better. Every day is a new day, so let's do this. Rise and shine. Never be embarrassed of your passions and dreams, because paths less taken lead to destinations less reached. Never quit. Suffer now and live as a champion. We're building our legacy and we will never stop improving. Meditate, journal, spend time with your friends and family, stare at a wall and do some introspection. Find out who you are and who you want to be. Focus on the grind, on your goals and aspirations. The people you hesitate to invite to your tribe are often the ones who need it the most. The strong create times of ease create the weak create hard times, and hard times create the strong. Some say the hard times are coming, some say we're already living in them. Either way, we must become stronger and prepare so we can protect and provide when the time comes. Believe you can do it, and do it better than anyone else. You got this. Break through your limits, because you have none. A friend once told me you can do anything you want, as long as it's in moderation. I told him, you know what's better than moderation? Discipline.